Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for watching our video here. Uh, Throughout my meetings with congressional staffers, with think tank elites, university professors, or policymakers, I've been asked to tell about Freemuslim Association. And since I've seen the interest on that end, I thought it would be best to reach out to you as my audience and touch base with you and thank you for your generous donations to keep us going for past 7 years here in Washington, D.C. And over 30 years in Middle East. What is Freemuslim Association? Freemuslim Association has few different departments. One is Center for De-Radicalization and Extremism Prevention. We also have the Inclusion Forum, Women Rights Initiative, Youth Peace Builders, and we conduct regional research to achieve these goals. Freemuslim Association has over 300 either volunteers or staff globally. These are people in local areas. Some are here in our headquarters in Washington, D.C., and we also rely on interns to help us take our work forward and advance and add diversity to the organization, because one hand doesn't clap, so we need a collective effort. Center for De-Radicalization focuses on laws and scenarios and policies that countries may have that pushes people into marginalization, and someone who is marginalized becomes extremist, and when they are extremists, they too often make a choice that it's not good for them, not good for the society, and it leads to a no way back type of a decision. When we focus and try to reach out to these countries, we study their policies that they have, and these researches have been conducted by locals of that place. So it's not an outsider's opinion about the country. We're not trying to impose anything. We're non-governmental in every shape or form. So it is so much of a humanitarian collective effort to do this to the following. Now we have extremism prevention. That's one of our centers. What we do is, when someone becomes marginalized or extremist, what they do is they ventilate to a loved one that they may have, and that loved one, let it be a friend, let it be a colleague, let it be a wife or husband or father or mother. What they do is they have a capacity and ability to prevent this person from being pushed off the edge. If they say have a dialogue within hierarchy with someone within the organization or wherever you feel uncomfortable with, if they promote the dialogue, then that person is simply de-radicalized, and they have prevented an extremist act from happening. Now let me elaborate. Extremism is not religious. I repeat, extremism is not religious. It's not cultural. It's a set of ideas in someone's brain, and when they don't find a place to ventilate those ideas, they take extreme measures to implement whatever they think is right. So if we catch them before that, or if we facilitate laws that are more inclusive, then there is no extremism. That takes us to our inclusion forum. Our inclusion forum is a forum where we advocate for the dialogue. We advocate and ask countries what are some of the measures that they have taken. As I said, this is not an outsider's view towards a country or a place or a conflicted zone. It's so much we ask and engage a country or area of what are some of the measures that you have taken to be more inclusive. And we have seen that countries, entities, societies that are more inclusive towards minorities, towards new people in their society, and they continuously change their laws, they have a reduction of hate crime, extremism, localized violence. This happens only if they continuously adopt new laws. We have a regional research that we conduct, and it goes hand in hand with our inclusion forum. It goes hand in hand with the extremism prevention or the radicalization center that we have. It's research about particular topics that we conduct and come up with our findings. We have youth peace builders. Youth peace builders, simply put, all extremist recruiters globally, let it be KKK affiliated, let it be KKK affiliated, or far right wing in somewhere in Europe, let it be somewhere in far lefties in Europe, let it be a white supremacist, let it be ISIS affiliated, Daesh affiliated, Taliban affiliated. Any of these extremist groups, they recruit youth. Why wouldn't us as international society make an effort to connect with this person who has so much potential in them if we use it properly and if we use it in a healthy measure? So investing in youth is very important. Now, 67% and majority of our team is consisted of women. That's over 200 women in our team. Our women rights initiative focuses on important role of a woman in our societies. Most of these countries that extremism happens in them, most of these countries that people are radicalized, women still play a role as a role model to these kids, to these youth, or someone who is being radicalized or is close to extremism. Women are the educators in most of these countries. So reaching out and understanding the rights of women is a necessity in order to move forward. There is absolutely, and I say absolutely, no progress if there is no women at the table of change. We need both women and men to be at the table and say their opinion and have rights and have equality in society in order to be prosperous. Our establishment, Freemuslim Association, relies on support of individuals who have been affected by ISIS, who have been affected by Al-Qaeda, who have been affected by Boko Haram. And it is their contributions and your contributions that help us run. We aim for a society free of hate, free of discrimination, free of any sort of bias.